Aoife Wilson, Metal Gear Online. That's not your full name, but you've been playing it. How do you find it?
I have. So I'd like to preface any impressions that I'm going to give you with the fact that I was playing on launch day on matches with total strangers. So it was whatever the auto match feature was pairing me up with.
Okay.
So it was buggy as hell, but that's not to say that if, and it's a big if, Konami decide to patch this, that all these problems that I've been having with it will be addressed in due time. And also, as anyone playing any online game ever will tell you, it's more fun playing with people that you know. I didn't have that luxury because I wanted to get impressions of it straight away, but when you play a game on a relatively public server, there will be people, especially this kind of online game, there will be people playing it not the way it was intended.
Right, I understand.
So, all that said, it has some serious issues at the moment.
Okay.
The biggest one being that, like, it doesn't have any dedicated servers, and hosts are able to kick any player at will without a vote.
Wow.
And if a host decides to leave, there's no host migration, so all players will be booted off.
Oh, wow.
And back into free play mode, which in 2015 is a ridiculous problem to have with an online game. I mean, that's just madness.
Yeah, it feels a bit like a lazy way to set things up, to be honest.
So this is the kind of whole thing. So you know how there have been rumblings and there have been opinions expressed that the Metal Gear 5's single-player campaign felt unfinished. This feels the same.
Okay.
It feels very unpolished at the moment. I mean, you know, I'm sounding really negative at the moment, and I did have some fun. So there are 3 modes. There is Bounty Hunter, which at the moment it's playing like Team Deathmatch, but it's not supposed to be Team Deathmatch, okay? So basically 2 teams have a total of 30 tickets at the start. Getting killed will reduce your team's amount of tickets.
Sure.
And every time you kill a player, it will add to your bounty. And when an enemy player kills you, the numerical value of your bounty is then added to their team's tickets, right? Am I making sense?
Yes.
So if you've killed 4 players, then your bounty is at 4. And when that team kills you, they will get 4 added to however many tickets they have left.
I understand. So you can gain a lot of ground back by making one clutch kill.
Absolutely. So you should, yes, exactly. So if you were to kill a player with a large bounty, you could completely, if you Fulton, that's another thing. Fultoning grants you way more. That boosts, just by Fultoning, you boost tickets that way as well. But nobody Fultons, and it's so annoying. Even at the moment, right? And this is going to be an ongoing problem with this game, as I see it. Even your teammates will steal your kill, and when you're trying to Fulton someone, they'll just shoot them in the head, or they'll shoot the balloon down just before it takes off and steal the kill, which is massively infuriating.
Yeah, that's just, that's
and it's not the way I mean, you know, okay, so like you can't, once you release a game out there, people are going to play it however they want.
Sure.
But like, it's just like, this isn't COD, you know, and it's not supposed to be COD, but some people are playing that way. Anyway, so that's Bounty Hunter. Comm control is a little bit like a domination mode, so you have certain points throughout the map that you can capture and hold, and the team that manages to hold them for the most amount of time or whatever towards the end of the round wins. Pretty straightforward, and you know, not too bad. I actually had a lot of fun with that mode. The last one is Cloak and Dagger, and that is absolutely the one mode that was thought out, you know, for this game, right? It fits in with this game's MO.
I feel like there's a big but coming.
No, actually. So Cloak and Dagger, there are 2 teams, and there are 2 data discs hidden on the map. One team is defending those discs, and the other team is trying to infiltrate, grab one of the discs, and get them to an extraction point. However, the twist is that the attacking team are cloaked, but they are only armed with non-lethal close range weapons, so non-lethal handguns, and they can perform CQC if they get close enough.
Okay.
So there is actually a sort of a certain amount of strategy involved, and that mode is really fun.
Yeah, I think
if you can get around the glitches.
Well, yeah, I think that's the best way to get players actually playing how you want them to. Because when you were talking about the first mode, it kind of put me in mind of like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer, which finally
on
dropped.
paper would have been, sounded fantastic. Yeah. And when I played it in preview events, when everyone was kind of following the rules,
it was great.
It totally worked.
Yeah, but in actuality, everyone was just running around the rooftops because it was, they felt it was more enjoyable to get loads of low point, high profile kills than do things stealthily. Yeah. I digress, but anyway, I think when it comes to getting players to play how you envisage it, unless you're limiting their kit and their actual gameplay options, then they're going to do what they
exactly
do, right?
And to be honest, I feel like people are going to be just a little bit frustrated with the leveling system of Metal Gear Online as well. So when you start out, you do in fact have the avatar that you created in the single player.
Cool.
So then if you want, so you get gear, you have to unlock gear, and that's gear is all cosmetic, but it's a very lengthy process to gain enough GP to actually unlock things. Like, I think it's 500 GP just to change the color of something.
Wow.
And to give you a point of reference, each match you'll have around about maybe 10, 20 GP at the end of.
Oh.
So it's going to take a long time. There are some items for 30 GP or whatever in, and I have made a fair bit available to unlock at the moment, but if players are really dedicated and want to unlock the top tier stuff like for 10,000, that's going to take a while, or they can buy it.
Oh, okay, hello.
But anyway, yes, so leveling. So once you get to level 6, you unlock a second character slot, because the leveling and progression is not tied to your ID, it's tied to each individual character.
Right.
So once you get to 6, you can re-roll another character, and then you can choose for it to be female, because your first character can't be female because you've created it in the single player.
Okay.
And you can also choose a different class. So each character has 3 different classes, which will enable them different abilities and different weapon unlocks. So there's Scout, which is kind of like a sniper class, which is good for beginners. There's Forcer, and Infiltrator. And I imagine everyone will want to try out one of each as they go, but if they'll just have to, they'll have to level each character individually, which sounds like a big undertaking.
That's a big old grind built into the game. I mean, it sounds like from what you're saying that there's like the DNA of an enjoyable multiplayer mode in there.
Yeah, that's the frustrating thing. I can really see its potential, but right now there are a lot of obstacles to overcome in order to enjoy it. And it's frustrating as well, because like the single player is so, like the mechanics of that are so perfect and so beautifully layered into one another. Like everything has a form and function to it, and online just does not have that at the moment.
Yeah, hell is other people.
Now, ordinarily for something like this, I'd probably go through the games in the order in which they were released, but this being Metal Gear and Hideo Kojima, I think it'll make slightly more sense if we just go through them chronologically. Okay, ready? Let's go.